my God, so much. It was really terrifying. I think especially as we were starting to when it was starting to get real, when we had to like sign the lease, and I was like, oh God, now I'm like legally obligated to actually do this. It was really terrifying, and we crowdfunded to
Hmm.
raise the funds to be able to like build out our kitchen space because it was the whole location was like under construction when we first signed our lease. And that was terrifying because I was like, oh God, we have to like raise this amount, otherwise we will be missing this or whatever, or it'll like set back the time when we'll be able to open.
Yeah.
Um, so I definitely like had a lot of cry sessions where I'm like, is this really okay? Should I be doing this? I like don't really have a fallback if it doesn't work out. It
Yeah.
was really terrifying. I would like call up my mom, get a pep talk from her. It was also really challenging because like me and Daphne were both really excited for this partnership, but we also didn't really know each other that well. And
That's a good point.
or known her, I hadn't known her that long, and so there were like some hiccups along the way where I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if like if we actually align, but we're already like signed up for this, like what do we do? And so we had to have like a lot of just like heart to heart talks about like what was realistic, what could we actually um yeah, what could we actually like accomplish in the time that we needed before we had to open. Licensing and all of that stuff
Oh
in the city
yeah.
is so complicated.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm just like, I just want to bake. Like, what is all this? Yeah, so it was really tough. And I think like I still have to give myself like a monthly pep talk. I'm like, am I still doing okay? Is this like still worth it?
Yeah.
And I like love my work. I love being able to bake and be able to like share my creations with people, but it is really tough, especially in this economy and like
Hmm.
with all the challenges it poses. It's like hard to pivot and but yeah, it's we're hanging in there for sure. Hmm.
So you've been baking pretty much your whole life, but you've been baking as the owner of Shop Halo Halo for let's call it the last 4 or 5 years.
Hmm.
And now, kind of going back to your board secretary for the Foundation of Philippine Progress,
Hmm.
is it hard to still divide your time physically? Divide your time, or are you kind of seeing yourself leaning more one way versus the other, but still giving it your full mental effort?
Yeah, I mean, I think I still like balance things out pretty well. We're right now we're planning for the Lakad 5K that's gonna take place in September. I don't know if you've ever been to it, but it's been our like kind of one of our signature events every year where we host a 5K usually for health initiatives
Nice.
between the Foundation for Philippine Progress and also the Filipino Bayanihan Center. But yeah, we host this 5K and then also like a picnic in the park with like a lot of Filipino food vendors, businesses, and it's brought out around like at least in recent years around like 500-ish people, which has been really cool.
Wow.
And so that's like a big endeavor that we take on every year that this year I'm like one of the main planners for. So
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm sure it'll go okay. I feel like if I wasn't a baker, I'd be an event planner. Like I kind of like
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
maybe this is like a weird thing to say, but I kind of like the stress of like figuring out all the tiny details of things,
Yeah.
and, like having it come together in like a really beautiful community centered event. It's like really fun for me, probably stressful in the moment, but like a lot of fun to put together.
I think us Filipinas, we like a little bit of hardship. We don't like things easy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met a Filipina that's like, I want to take the easy road. I just want to
Mhm.
cruise on by. It's like, no,
Yeah. Like
we
real
we don't
strong.
understand shortcuts. We do not
Yeah.
understand them.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Um,
wonder if like an aspect of that is like the kind of like feeling around if I don't do it the hard way or take on the hardship, I'm lazy or I'm not as
yeah.
hardworking as people will expect. I feel like that's something that's come up in my family around like because I originally moved here to go to nursing school and I'm no
Mhm.
longer a nurse. And so yeah, definitely conversations that pop up in my family
Yeah,
around like
and
making.
mom and dad, are they still? I know they're in Renton, but
Mhm.
I know your mom is set to come down because as we're recording, you haven't had your 2-year anniversary celebration yet. But by the time this gets released, it will be past that point. But your mom's coming down to come help with this event. How are you feeling about that?
I'm really excited. Yeah, she was here for our grand opening, and she was like the one making all of the hollow hollows that went out. And this year
Oh,
she's like,
nice.
she'll be frying up all of the lumpia that we're serving. Yeah, I'm excited for her to come down. I think I always get scared about like, because when you're like in the middle of a really kind of stressful event and you're trying to have your hands on all of the things, I always get scared of just like snapping at her a little bit or just being like, just do the thing you're supposed to be doing or whatever. But she's really helpful. She likes being hands-on. She's good at talking to people. It's funny during our grand opening event, there was like the day after or something, we were it was a little bit chiller and she was sitting on a table in the bakery and she kept saying goodbye to people and was like, Mom, nobody knows who you are. Like, you're just some stranger sitting in the shop. But
Yeah.
she's really excited to partake in it. And I'm
Good.
happy to have her hands. Yeah.
Yeah. What and just your family in general, how has their support been? Even though it's not right next to you, but it's kind of just the state up north. How has their support felt for you as you're
Yeah.
down here?
It's been good. A lot of my family has like supported materially when we were like fundraising for the shop. My dad was really excited about it. He was like, "You should have just gone to culinary school. I don't know why you wasted money on nursing school." Because you guys wanted that. My
Yeah.
mom was a little bit in the, especially like in the early stages, was like, "Is this okay? It's gonna be like really expensive. You could just have like a stable paying job in nursing." And I was like, "But you've just seen like the last few years of how difficult it is to work in healthcare." And she was a nurse for
Yeah.
several years also.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think it took a little more convincing for her to be like, "Oh, I'm fine. Like it'll be okay." I think she gets stressed out though when I call her out, like freaking out about, "I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to do this." But yeah, they've been
I
very
gave you instructions. You could have gone back and been a nurse.
yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, they've been very supportive. I think that's still kind of in the back of her mind, though. Like, you should keep your license regular, so in case things don't work out, you can go back to it or whatever. Like,
Ah,
I think
yes.
for her, it's also just like her upbringing and like you need stability. Healthcare is always like been the stable industry for Filipinos, and so to her, it's like, um, yeah, I think she's just like nervous for me too and
Yeah.
scared. But she also like knows that I love what I do and she's supportive. And every time she comes down, she's like, "Okay, my friends want to order this, so here's this list of things." I'm like, "Okay, sure, we'll do." Thanks.